Imagine being able to control your blood sugar without relying solely on medications or strict diets. For many people over 60 living with diabetes, that might sound like wishful thinking. But what if some of the most powerful allies are hidden underground? Literally, roots with strange names, used in ancient traditions, are now being backed by modern science. They not only help regulate blood sugar, but also improve digestion, boost satiety, and even support mood. The best part? Many of them are right within reach at local grocery stores across the U.S. Today, we're revealing 5 powerful and often forgotten roots that can naturally lower blood sugar, and do it fast. And at the very end, pay close attention. We'll also expose 3 common roots that might be doing more harm than good, especially for diabetics. Some are disguised as healthy, but could be sabotaging your blood sugar behind your back. Stick with me, because what you're about to discover could completely change the way you eat and how you feel. Number 5, Hikima. At first glance, Hikima might look like a cross between a turnip and a potato, rough on the outside, pale and crisp inside. But behind that humble appearance is a root packed with surprising benefits for people over 60, especially those managing diabetes. What sets Hikima apart is its extremely low glycemic index, meaning it doesn't send your blood sugar skyrocketing like bread or white rice might. Instead, it delivers a steady, gentle stream of energy thanks to a special kind of fiber called inulin. Inulin isn't digested like regular carbs. It slows digestion, blunts sugar spikes, and feeds good gut bacteria at the same time. That's a rare combination, and it's part of what makes Hikima so powerful for metabolic health. For diabetics, especially in their later years, blood sugar stability becomes more than a number. It's about avoiding dizzy spells, fatigue, and long-term complications like nerve damage or vision problems. That's where Hikima truly shines. Because it's high in fiber and water, but low in starch, it fills you up without raising your sugar. You can eat a full cup of raw Hikima slices and still feel light, hydrated, and balanced. And that feeling of satiety, of being full but not heavy, is something many people with diabetes struggle to find. Hikima offers a natural way to curb cravings and reduce the urge to snack on carb-heavy foods later. What also makes Hikima a winner is how accessible it is. You'll find in large national chains like Walmart, Kroger, and Trader Joe's, often near the yucca or plantains. It's even more common in Hispanic grocery stores, where it's used in everything from salads to fruit cocktails. Once peeled, Hikima can be eaten raw, roasted, sautéed, or even turned into fries in an air fryer. Its texture is somewhere between an apple and a potato, refreshing and slightly sweet, with just enough crunch to make it fun to eat. That makes it an excellent alternative for those looking to cut back on bread or crackers without feeling deprived. Beyond blood sugar, the inulin in Hikima is like a gift to your gut. It acts as a prebiotic, meaning it feeds the healthy bacteria that live in your digestive tract. These bacteria are essential for proper digestion, immune health, and even emotional well-being, an area of growing interest among researchers studying the gut-brain connection. The better your gut bacteria, the more efficiently your body absorbs nutrients, balances hormones, and manages inflammation. For seniors, especially, keeping the gut healthy can be a hidden key to unlocking more energy, clearer thinking, and fewer aches and pains. Hikima may not have the glamour of a superfood smoothie or the buzz of a new supplement, but its effects are real and rooted in tradition. In Mexican culture, it's long been valued not just for flavor, but for how it makes people feel light, cool, and balanced. For older adults in the U.S. dealing with insulin resistance or post-meal fatigue, adding Hikima to your weekly meals could mean fewer crashes and more stable days. It's not a cure, but it's a reliable tool, one that speaks softly yet carries lasting power for those willing to look below the surface. Number 4. Chicory root. If you've ever walked past a shelf of herbal teas or coffee substitutes, you've probably seen the name chicory without realizing its full potential. Chicory root, often roasted and ground into a dark, rich powder, has long been used in traditional drinks, especially in New Orleans-style coffee. But behind its earthy flavor lies a powerful ally for people with diabetes, especially those over 60 looking to balance their blood sugar naturally. What makes chicory root truly special is its high concentration of inulin, the same prebiotic fiber found in jicama, but in even greater amounts. This fiber doesn't raise blood sugar. Instead, it helps slow digestion, prevent sugar spikes, and support healthy gut bacteria. For seniors, especially those managing insulin resistance or post-meal fatigue, these benefits are more than just numbers on a chart. Chicory root can help reduce the sharp rise in glucose that often comes after meals, smoothing out energy levels and making daily life feel more manageable. Think of it like applying the brakes gently rather than slamming them. Your body doesn't crash, and your mind stays clearer longer. That's why many people notice fewer mood swings and better focus when they incorporate chicory into their routines. It doesn't just protect your blood sugar, it improves how you feel throughout the day. Another overlooked benefit of chicory root is its ability to nourish the gut microbiome, a critical system that becomes more fragile as we age. The inulin it contains feeds beneficial bacteria, helping to crowd out harmful microbes that can cause inflammation, digestive issues, or even worsen insulin resistance. A well-fed gut can better absorb nutrients, calm systemic inflammation, and even help with weight management, something especially important for older adults with type 2 diabetes. And unlike probiotic supplements that can be expensive or hit or miss, chicory root is a natural, food-based way to support gut health every day. Chicory root is also relatively easy to find and use, which is a major plus for anyone trying to simplify their diet without sacrificing health. You can find it in health stores like Whole Foods, on Amazon, or in the form of chicory coffee, blends that are caffeine-free and gentle on the stomach. Some people add a teaspoon of roasted chicory powder to their morning coffee to lower acidity and gain the prebiotic benefits at the same time. Others use it in baking or smoothies for a mild, nutty undertone. However you choose to incorporate it, you're getting more than flavor. You're building long-term resilience from the inside out. For people over 60, chicory root offers a beautiful blend of tradition and science. It's not flashy, and it doesn't need to be. What it offers is quiet support, fewer sugar spikes, better digestion, and a calmer, more stable day-to-day experience. And at a time in life when energy can feel unpredictable and blood sugar harder to control, that quiet support can make all the difference. Chicory reminds us that sometimes the gentlest roots hold the strongest healing powers. Number 3, dandelion root. Most people think of dandelions as weeds, something to pull out of the lawn or blow on to make a wish. But hidden beneath that familiar yellow flower is a root with centuries of medicinal use and surprising power for blood sugar control. Dandelion root has diuretic and hypoglycemic properties, meaning it helps the body eliminate excess fluids and reduce blood glucose levels. For older adults with diabetes, this dual action can be a game changer. It gently supports kidney function while also helping to manage post-meal glucose levels, two areas that often become more delicate with age. One of the reasons dandelion root works so well for blood sugar is its ability to stimulate the liver and pancreas, the two organs most directly involved in insulin production and glucose regulation. Traditional herbal medicine has long used dandelion root to cleanse the liver, but now science is confirming that it can improve liver enzyme activity and reduce fat accumulation, both of which impact how well the body manages sugar. For seniors dealing with fatty liver or sluggish digestion, this root may offer natural support where medications sometimes fall short. Dandelion root is also a mild natural diuretic, which helps the body reduce water retention and lower blood pressure, two concerns that often go hand in hand with type 2 diabetes. Unlike synthetic diuretics, which can deplete the body of potassium and cause fatigue, dandelion offers a gentler, nutrient-rich alternative. It contains minerals like potassium and magnesium, which actually support cardiovascular health rather than compromise it. This makes it especially valuable for people over 60 who need to manage multiple symptoms at once without overwhelming their bodies. Finding dandelion root in the U.S. has become easier thanks to its growing popularity in herbal wellness circles. You can find it in dried tea form at natural food stores, in capsules at pharmacies like CVS and Walgreens, or even as a roasted root powder to brew like coffee. Some people use the root fresh from their gardens, but for most, supplements or teas are the most convenient. Whether sipped as a daily tonic or taken as a capsule, dandelion root is a simple, low-cost way to gently support metabolic health over time. What makes dandelion root so remarkable isn't just its wide range of benefits. It's how well it fits the needs of aging bodies. It doesn't spike your energy like caffeine or drop your sugar like a harsh drug. Instead, it works gradually, helping the body do what it was designed to do: filter, balance, and renew. For older adults navigating the complex challenges of diabetes, dandelion root offers a quiet partnership, one rooted in nature and backed by both tradition and science. Number 2, burdock root. Burdock root may not be a staple in most American kitchens, but in many parts of Asia, it's been used for centuries as both food and medicine. Long and slender with a brown, woody exterior, burdock root is rich in inulin, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory compounds that make it especially valuable for people managing diabetes. What sets it apart is how it targets multiple issues at once: blood sugar regulation, inflammation, and insulin sensitivity. For older adults who often deal with more than one health concern at a time, this makes burdock root a kind of natural multi-tool. One of burdock root's standout features is its ability to improve insulin sensitivity. That means it helps your cells respond more effectively to insulin, the hormone that moves sugar from the blood into your tissues. As we age, our cells naturally become more resistant to insulin's signal, leading to higher blood sugar, weight gain, and fatigue. Burdock root contains plant compounds like arginine and lignans, which have been shown to reduce oxidative stress and support cellular health, making it easier for the body to use insulin properly. This can help lower blood sugar without the crash that some medications cause. For people over 60, chronic low-grade inflammation is often a silent enemy, contributing to joint pain, fatigue, and even cognitive decline. Burdock root brings powerful anti-inflammatory action, which can ease these symptoms and support long-term health. By reducing internal inflammation, it not only helps the pancreas function better, but also improves blood flow, kidney filtration, and digestion. These are all vital systems that tend to slow down with age, especially in those dealing with diabetes. Adding burdock root to your routine may not feel dramatic overnight, but its benefits accumulate, often showing up in subtle but meaningful ways. Burdock root may sound exotic, but it's more accessible than many think. You can find it fresh in Asian supermarkets like H-Mart or dried in herbal sections of health stores. It's also available in capsule form and as a tea, often combined with other cleansing herbs. In Japanese cuisine, burdock, known as gobo, is a common ingredient in stir-fries and soups. If you're trying at home, lightly sautéing or simmering it in broth is a great way to ease into its earthy flavor while keeping the nutrients intact. The root holds up well in cooking, offering both texture and nourishment. For older adults managing diabetes, burdock root is a quiet warrior. It doesn't promise instant results, but it works with the body's natural systems to build resilience over time. Its combination of inulin fiber, antioxidant support, and anti-inflammatory power makes it a deeply restorative food, one that speaks to the body's need for balance, not just blood sugar control. In a world full of quick fixes and empty promises, burdock reminds us that sometimes the best medicine is steady, slow, and deeply rooted in tradition. Number 1, yacon. At the top of our list is a root that many Americans have never heard of, but one that's gaining attention fast for its remarkable impact on blood sugar: yacon. Native to the Andes Mountains, and sometimes called the Peruvian ground apple, yacon has a crisp texture and sweet flavor, almost like a cross between an apple and watermelon. But its sweetness is deceiving. Unlike sugar or starch, the sweetness in yacon comes from fructooligosaccharides, FOS, a unique type of sugar that the body can't fully digest. This means it adds flavor without raising blood glucose, making it a powerful ally for diabetics. For older adults, especially those struggling with post-meal spikes, Yacon offers a rare combination. It satisfies the desire for something sweet while actively lowering postprandial glucose levels. Studies have shown that FOS in Yacon slows the absorption of carbohydrates and improves insulin sensitivity over time. This is vital as we age, because our insulin response tends to weaken and those late-day sugar crashes become more common. Yacon helps flatten those highs and lows, making meals more stable and life more predictable. But the benefits don't stop at blood sugar. Like Hikima and Chory, Yacon is a prebiotic powerhouse, feeding the beneficial bacteria in your gut and reducing inflammation from the inside out. A healthier gut means better nutrient absorption, reduced cravings, improved bowel regularity, and even enhanced mood. For seniors, especially those dealing with digestive discomfort or bloating, Yacon offers gentle relief while doing double duty to support glucose control. This kind of two-for-one benefit is incredibly valuable in a stage of life when every bite counts. Although fresh Yacon isn't always easy to find in the U.S., it's available in several convenient forms: syrup, capsules, and powder, especially through online platforms like Amazon and iHerb. Yacon syrup, in particular, has become popular as a natural sweetener for tea, coffee, or baking. But even in supplement form, the benefits remain intact. Just be sure to check the label and avoid added sugars or fillers. For those who miss sweetness but fear the consequences, Yacon offers a rare gift: sweetness without the spike. Yacon is a perfect example of what modern nutrition is rediscovering from ancient wisdom. It doesn't just fight the symptoms of diabetes. It works with the body, gently restoring balance through the gut, the liver, and the bloodstream. For those over 60 who want more than another pill or more restrictions, Yacon is a natural reminder that health doesn't always come from a prescription pad. Sometimes it comes from deep in the soil and from traditions that knew its power long before we gave it a name. But while some roots help you heal, others can quietly work against you, especially if you have diabetes. Now, let's talk about the 3 roots that may be sabotaging your blood sugar without you even realizing it. Number 3, taro root. Taro root may look like just another starchy vegetable, but for people with diabetes, especially older adults, it can be more problematic than it seems. Popular in many Caribbean, Asian, and Pacific Island cuisines, taro is often praised for its creamy texture and nutty flavor. It's used in soups, stews, and even desserts. But behind its comfort food appeal lies a major concern: high levels of digestible carbohydrates that break down rapidly into glucose. Unlike roots rich in resistant starch or inulin, taro offers very little in the way of blood sugar buffering. What makes taro particularly risky is its glycemic impact. Though its glycemic index is considered moderate, the glycemic load, what really matters in terms of how your blood sugar reacts, is significantly higher when taro is boiled or mashed. For older adults whose insulin response is already slower, this can cause a delayed but steep spike in blood glucose. And because it's often consumed in large portions, the cumulative effect on blood sugar can last for hours, leading to post-meal fatigue, cravings, and difficulty concentrating. Taro is also frequently combined with other high-carb ingredients, like coconut milk, sweetened condensed milk, or sticky rice, especially in desserts and side dishes. These combinations make it even more problematic for diabetics. What feels like a natural food quickly becomes a sugar bomb, disguised by its traditional and wholesome image. For seniors trying to manage their weight and blood sugar simultaneously, this can quietly sabotage progress without setting off any alarms. Some might argue that taro contains fiber and micronutrients, which is true, but the net effect for people with blood sugar concerns still leans toward harmful. Unlike roots, such as Hikima or Yacon, taro doesn't offer prebiotic benefits or compounds that help with insulin sensitivity. It simply doesn't give enough back. And when your pancreas is already working overtime, every bite should count toward balance, not imbalance. For diabetics over 60, taro may be best approached with caution, or swapped out altogether for roots that nourish without destabilizing. It's not about fear, but about making informed choices that respect the body's changing needs. As comforting as it may be in taste or tradition, Taro is a reminder that not everything natural is automatically safe, especially when blood sugar is part of the equation. Number 2. Cassava, yuca. Cassava, also known as yuca, is a staple root in many cuisines across Latin America, Africa, and the Caribbean. In the U.S., it's found increasingly in Latino supermarkets, frozen food aisles, and even trendy gluten-free snacks. From yuca fries to tapioca pearls, cassava has taken on a reputation as a natural alternative to wheat and processed carbs. But for people with diabetes, especially older adults, this root may carry more risk than benefit. What most don't realize is that cassava is extremely high in starch and has almost no fiber to slow sugar absorption. One serving of boiled cassava can contain as much as 40 grams of carbohydrates, with very little nutritional offset. That means it digests rapidly, converting almost instantly into glucose. For older adults with diabetes, this quick conversion can overwhelm the body's insulin response, leading to blood sugar spikes that are hard to recover from. And because cassava is often eaten as a side dish in large portions or fried into chips, the glycemic load climbs even higher. The result? A deceptively wholesome-looking food that behaves a lot like white bread or sugar once it's inside the body. What makes cassava even more problematic is the way it's prepared in the American diet. It's rarely eaten plain. It's fried, dipped, breaded, or processed in a tapioca flour, a popular ingredient in gluten-free baked goods. Tapioca might sound harmless, but it's essentially pure starch, stripped of the few nutrients the root naturally contains. And for seniors who are switching to gluten-free options hoping to improve their health, this could be a dangerous swap. They're often just replacing one fast sugar for another. It's true that cassava provides some minerals like manganese and vitamin C, but these benefits don't outweigh the glycemic risk for diabetics. Unlike roots like burdock or dandelion that actively support insulin function and reduce inflammation, cassava offers no real metabolic benefit. It fills you up, yes, but doesn't help you heal. And over time, regular consumption can lead to weight gain, sugar instability, and even worsen insulin resistance. All critical concerns for adults over 60. For those managing diabetes in the U.S., it's essential to read beyond the natural label. Cassava may be traditional, but that doesn't mean it's safe. Choosing roots that work with your body, rather than just your taste buds, is the key to long-term wellness. While yuca might hold cultural comfort, it's worth considering healthier swaps, because your blood sugar doesn't care if it came from nature, only how it behaves once it hits your bloodstream. Number 1. Lotus root. Lotus root, with its beautiful pattern of holes and crunchy texture, has become a favorite in many Asian dishes across the U.S., especially in Chinese, Japanese, and Korean cuisine. You'll find it stir-fried, glazed with sweet sauces, or even deep-fried as a crunchy snack in Asian grocery stores like H Mart, 99 Ranch, and local specialty shops. It's often seen as healthy because it's plant-based, low in fat, and rich in certain vitamins. But for people over 60 living with diabetes, lotus root may be more visually appealing than metabolically friendly. The challenge with lotus root lies in its high starch content and quick digestibility. Despite being a vegetable, lotus root behaves much like a simple carbohydrate. When cooked, especially when boiled or fried, it delivers a rapid burst of glucose into the bloodstream. For older adults with slower insulin response, this can trigger unpredictable sugar spikes, followed by the familiar crash in energy, mood, and focus. And because lotus root is light and easy to chew, it's often eaten in large portions without much thought. In many popular dishes, lotus root is coated in glazes made with sugar, soy sauce, or cornstarch, making it even more dangerous for blood sugar control. Think of sweet and sour lotus stir-fries or candied lotus root slices. They may be traditional or nostalgic, but they deliver a triple hit of starch, sugar, and sodium. For seniors managing diabetes and blood pressure at the same time, this combination can quietly chip away at metabolic health, increasing inflammation and glycemic stress over time. Even when eaten plain, lotus root doesn't offer the metabolic support that other roots like chicory or yacon provide. It lacks prebiotic fiber, contains minimal protein, and offers only modest levels of vitamins like B6 or vitamin C. The problem isn't that it's bad in small amounts. It's that it's often mistaken for something it's not, a blood sugar-friendly food. This false sense of security can be dangerous, especially for seniors trying to improve their numbers while still enjoying familiar meals. At the end of the day, lotus root is a case of looks can be deceiving. It may be beautiful on the plate and steeped in tradition, but when it comes to blood sugar, it behaves more like a refined carb than a healing root. For older adults navigating the fine line between cultural foods and health goals, understanding these hidden risks is essential. Because when you're managing diabetes, every root has a role to play, and some are better left on the shelf. Getting older doesn't mean giving up control. It means learning to work with your body, not against it. Diabetes may be part of your life, but it doesn't have to define it. As we've seen, some roots offer quiet strength. They support your gut, balance your blood sugar, and help you feel grounded, both physically and emotionally. Others, no matter how natural or familiar they may seem, can quietly throw things off balance. The key is awareness. When you know which roots heal and which harm, you start to eat with intention, not fear. And that shift can be more powerful than any prescription. So if you've spent years thinking your only choices were restriction or resignation, think again. Your kitchen can be a place of healing. With a little curiosity and the right information, you can build meals that taste good and actually help your body thrive. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And no matter your age, it's never too late to make a change that sticks. Your next meal can be a step towards steadier energy, clearer thinking, and a more vibrant life, rooted in choices that truly nourish you.